struck by lightning, there's $1 million in the lottery.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah. Huh.
I don't know.
Needs to
I
go
don't know
hit
how you
Vegas,
top that.
do some gambling.
Yeah.
All right, let's check in with Lisa now.
Well, if you've been at home with the kids and they've been getting bored all around the house, we have some things that you can do to help break up the monotony and also have a little bit of fun. Lisa Boggess with the Metropolitan College is here to give us some ideas that involve food.
Yes.
So not only do we get to have fun, we get to get our fingers dirty, but we also get to eat it afterwards.
Yes. Hey, I'm going to leave this big bowl of pasta for you.
Yes. You can't go wrong with that. You can't go.
We're focusing on just beating the summer boredom and trying to find ways to keep kids, involved, have some experiences. So this doesn't matter if you're at home, a parent, or if you work with children in your job. You can do these things. The more experiences, the better. That's what really helps their brain development and their growth and interactions with the people in their environment. So turn off the screens.
Yes.
Except better KC.
Of course, of course. And this also teaches them about chemical reactions and that kind of thing.
Some of the science of it. So experimenting. So here is a great fun way to liven up your pasta noodles.
It looks so colorful.
Making rainbow pasta. So it's really, really easy. And there's a couple different ways that you can do it. The first one is you could set up multiple pots and put food coloring in those pots of boiling water. Just let them boil in it. The other.
But will you be able to get as vivid of a color as that?
No. I tried it first that way and it wasn't quite as much. And the children probably can't get as much involved because being over hot boiling water and the steam.
Sure.
So a better way to do it is to first cook a big pot of spaghetti noodles, and then you can divide them up into different baggies. I'll actually have you make one.
Perfect.
Put 2 tablespoons of those 2 tablespoons of water in there, and then about 20 drops of food coloring or so. For our purposes today, we might just do a big squirt of whatever color.
Pink.
Right, and then you just have to put your spaghetti noodles in it, kind of squish it around, and that's another great sensory experience for the children, kind of fun too, to really get the coloring all over, and then just let it sit, and you can let it sit for however long you want the dye to really get in there, so that's probably good. And then you can go ahead, there's
all the noodles and throw them in.
So there you go.
So make sure it's sealed up completely.
Yes. I would highly suggest
so
that.
No hands and no clothing.
And maybe not getting the really cheap ones for this purpose.
Yes.
or freezer bags. And then, once you get them in different baggies, then you can put them in one pot and mix them together. And actually, my little one, once he wanted to help dump them in here and mix them up. And so then it became even a fun game of trying to figure out what utensils work best for spaghetti. You might want to try some spoons, a fork, or a spaghetti stir, and let them go to town, get their fingers in it, wash their hands. You can still eat it afterwards.
So there we go.
Yep.
That easy. It's like a purplish, pinkish.
Make sure to rinse it afterwards.
Rinse it first, and then you'll be able to eat it.
And then one last thing, if you can serve it regular pasta way if you want to put spaghetti sauce on it, but where it's a hot summer, it might be fun to stick some bits of tomato, cucumber, olives, cheese cubes here, put some Italian dressing on it, maybe a little Parmesan cheese there. You've got a nice cool salad for the summer.
Okay, now over to the rock candy.
Oh, the rock candy.
Who doesn't love rock candy, right?
I know.
Okay, Lisa, tell us how to make this.
Okay, so this is a great, actually, a fun science experiment. It's going to take a little bit of time for it to grow. So here you can see these are actually the ones that I had created, and I was a little hesitant at first. They didn't seem to want to be growing. But what you do is you create a saturated sugar solution first.
Okay, how do we do that?
Okay, so it would be, and we don't have to necessarily do it in a pan, but in a pan on your stove, you're going to want to put a cup of water and then 2 cups of sugar.
2 cups of sugar.
And then you're going to keep adding a little bit more sugar, up to 3 cups until it gets cloudy and it's just not dissolving anymore.
Gotcha.
And then you want to heat it just to a simmer, turn immediately off, and that's going to be your, it's extra saturated. There's no more sugar can be dissolved in it.
Okay.
So while it's cooling, then you need to grab a stick. It could be a lollipop stick. I kind of liked that. Or you can do skewers that might be a little pointed, so watch out. A pipe cleaner. Okay. Dangling on a pin. Dip that into either the solution or water and then roll it in the sugar. And from there, then you can just take one of your jars. And this is where you're going to take a clothespin's a really great way to do this. And you would just drop it into your solution.
Okay.
And try to get it in the middle.
Like one of these solutions that you have of whatever color you want.
And then it takes about a week or so, to really grow. These run for about a week. And one thing to note is if you kind of want to, and then the children can observe, they can watch it growing, see what's happening along the way. So these are the actual jars that I made this in. The solution is what you want to see. But you can see that it'll even maybe...
it's already started to crystallize.
Right, crystallize. So if this happens, you know, you can talk about this with the children, but then you can always heat this back up and then add a little water to it.
Yeah, chemistry happening right before your very eyes. Okay, Lisa, thanks so much. Well, we're going to have a few more ideas, you know, some great ways to beat the boredom a little bit later in this broadcast. And it's going to involve s'mores.
Oh, yum.
Yeah, who doesn't love s'mores? Back over to you.
All week long, our stylist, Walla, has been dressing Courtney